Dudes, from Magzit, we have a dig conversion kit for the LCXU transmission that's in your base camp. We're going to get this thing put in and set it up. Let's get to the table. We get to convert this thing into a serious beast. Let's go. Here's your part number and information right here, and this is what you get. Here's all your hardware, your gears, all that wonderful stuff, and here's all the plastic pieces right here. You will need a servo. You've got to have a servo to make the dig functional. The first step is to remove the transmission and drive shaft. These 4 bolts right here, this is what holds your transmission in. Those have to come out, along with the screw pin right here. The motor comes with that, so you have to disconnect it from your ESC, or in this case, have to remove it from the receiver right here. This is the Fusion 540 2300 kV Pro. Step 2 is to remove the cover and motor from the transmission. The next step is to split the transmission. If you notice, the drive shafts are off, and I don't see that in the instructions exactly. So, you know what? I'm going to go and take the drive shafts off, and then we're going to get right to this. Wow, nicely greased. And now we're at step 4. You got to get into all this goodness right here. And now we get to open this bag. This kit is actually really good. You have this right here, which is the stock piece. It comes with everything brand new to just simply put this onto here and bolt it in. Very nice, Axial. There are 4 really small little screws right here, 2mm by what appears to be about 6mm. Use just a little bit of thread lock on it, just some medium strength, and start putting this right together. On the parts tree, we have this. You got to transfer just this top bearing into there. Why? Because we've already got the bearing on there, and that was a tight fit. You may as well transfer the grease too. I'm putting this back together for right now. Just use the top 3 bolts that you took out, put them right back in, but just the top 3. This is what you should have at the end of step 4. As you can see, there is quite a bit to do for step 5. This is the part that actually locks the rear drive shaft to give you the dig. And this is a pretty precise piece. As long as you go in good and square with it, it'll actually push in pretty well. And then you just simply align it so you can put your bolts in. Using a tiny little bit of thread lock, just simply put this right into place using one of these short countersunk bolts. Now it's time for the shift fork. Be careful with these little things. If they pop, well, they're gone. The larger shaft right here, this is also your out drive right here. You put your shift fork right on top of this. You've already got this assembled, so this goes right into here. Just like this. Then I got a little bit of udder butter on here. This goes right in. And at this point right here, you can actually take and shift this and actually lock that up. And that's it. That should move freely. At this point, using one short countersunk screw and then the 2 long ones, you just simply put this right together. At this point, you should be looking at this. This should move back and forth freely. Get everything in there all the way in, all the way to the back, and everything should turn nice and smooth. And now it's time for step 6, the servo. These parts right here should be left on the tree. Now, it does have this right here, which is a lockout for the dig. Obviously, if we're putting a dig on here, we're planning to use it, correct? But anyway, here are your horns, your spline parts that fit on your servo. One's for the axial servo and one will fit the rear servo. These are your servo mounts. They fit on this bracket right here. There's your horn, spring cups, and there's your spring. Let's get this done. The servo I'm using for this is the Reese 99 Micro. This is an excellent servo for dig and steering, all kinds of things. Awesome little servo. This piece over here, you might notice that is a little bit different. This actually takes the place of the spring. So you can lock the servo saver out. And with a 99 Micro, you can absolutely get away with that. I'm going to assemble this just like this, but if you see that right there, I have not centered the servo. So before I actually put this into the vehicle and all that, this is going to come right back off so I can actually center all that. But I want you guys to see this up close. The horn actually goes in like this right here. You can see how this right here, that motion right there, that's the saver part of it. Then you have the spring, then you have the cap, and then you have the bolt. Using the 99 Micro servo requires a bolt, 2.5 millimeters by 16 millimeters long. This is the assembled unit right here. With the lockout put on, this is probably what I'm going to run. But you've got to make sure that you've got your endpoint set perfectly. If not, you will have problems. There's your servo mount, and this just quite simply goes right onto here. Using the little short screws. 99 Micro fits almost flawlessly. One little interference right here, so I'm going to trim that out. It's perfect. This is perfect. This is awesome. Wow. And now I get to put it back in the truck. I will take this off so I can center the servo, but very nice job. Just in case you install this on your vehicle and decide not to use it, or you install this on your vehicle and you're waiting for your servo to come in, this piece right here, if you bolt that in place, this will put it into the drive mode. And at that point, you get your servo, bolt your servo in, set your endpoints, and you're good. Now I really am going to put this into the truck. With everything put in, notice the clearance with the stock battery tray at the back fits perfectly. I'm probably going to remove this as I don't really need that on here. However, it fits absolutely awesome. I did try to set the endpoints with the SLT3, but I was having an issue getting to this. I was looking for videos on how to do that. I did not see that. If I can figure it out, I'll make a video just on this right here because I could not get that to go. So the radio that I'm going to end up using is the RC8X right here by Radiolink. So this right here is going in there. I've already got the endpoint set, and we'll get to that in just a second. However, it's time to put together the rear drive shaft because you got to shorten it up because you got all that space right here. This right here added length to the transmission, so you got to have a shorter drive shaft. Inside the drive shaft tubes, there are screws. You take those screws out, and the metal U-joint or the CVD style piece comes right out. You put it right back into the slot right here and put the screw right back in. When you assemble these, make sure that the screw pins are lined up. This puts your entire drive shaft in proper phase, so you have less driveline vibration. You guys ready for the first test? All right, there we go. Hit the lock. Now I've got this set as momentary. I may set it as locking just so I can drive a little bit easier, because so it's all momentary on this thing. Nice. Hopefully I was able to show you what you need to install this the proper way the first time. The instructions, pretty darn good. I think I was able to show a little bit more than what the instructions did though. So hopefully you guys will get this in and have an awesome time. I got a feeling it's going to be a great addition to this truck. The RC8X, yeah, I'm using that. I tried to get into the SLT programming, but I think I got into like the throttle or the steering, but I wasn't able to get into the third channel. So if I can get back into that, I will make a video on that. But for now, the RC8X by Radiolink, that's what's in there. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I was able to show you what you needed. Check that description. Use those links. I'll link up all this down below. And thank you guys for watching, because you made this possible. Thank you. If you're still watching, you are top shelf. You are the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter. You are phenomenal. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. Now, down below, there are links for the products you see. Also for channel memberships, if you guys want to be a part. Channel members get early viewing on pretty much everything that I can. So, guys, check that description. There's a lot of info down there. Thank you all for watching.